from Houston, Texas. Got Mix News presents The Mix Report, the podcast where you can stay in the mix with sports and entertainment news.
Hey, what's going on, world? It's GotMix.net. We're here live. Got a special guest in the studio on the Mix Report, Ciara Farrington, one of the top track and field runners in Texas. She's out of Lamar University.
Lamar High School.
Oh, Lamar High School, not the university.
Not the university.
Oh, you at the high school?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my fault. Hey, welcome to the Mix Report. Definitely got a lot going on. Recently, you just finished, was that the area meet?
Yes, sir, the area meet.
Area meet. Let's get a little bit into your history. Where did the love for track come from? What age did you start? Do you remember what track team you were on, and how did you even get started running track?
I started on the track in 7th grade. It was 7th grade. I ran at Holland. I used to play volleyball, basketball, and track, but I had a love for track more than I had love for basketball and volleyball, so I stuck with that. So I've been running since 7th grade.
Would you say, what was you were playing basketball, what was the hardest adjusting from track and field to basketball?
Basketball, I was more on defense than I wasn't really that good. So I was good at defense. So it wasn't really a transition between the two because, I had to run in basketball. That's the only similarities to that track and basketball I had.
Okay, take us back. Okay, 7th grade's here, right? 7th grade. Okay, the decision to start running track, how did that come about? Were you running from your sister? Were you running from the school bus? Where did that come about? How did that come about? I'm going to run track now.
Honestly, it came from my mom. She was like, you have to stay active. She wanted me to be involved in school, and I thank her for it because if not, I would have been fat and I wouldn't have been where I am today. I wouldn't have made it as far as I did.
So 7th grade comes. She tells you got to stay active. You pick track and field. First practice. Do you remember your first practice?
I do actually. I remember my first practice. I was so bad. It was so bad. I was like, we practiced doing 100 so my coach could see what we were all good at. And I think my first 100 I ran like a 21 seconds. I know it was so bad. But I wasn't even trying for real. I was just doing something. I was just out there. And I do regret doing that because if I did actually try, I could have been so much better.
Once you make up your mind, you say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Going into your, because anytime you start something, I know it's not that easy of a transition. Once you go to 8th grade, does it start to get a little more serious? Off-season track, when does it start to click for you and say, hey, you know what, I'm pretty good at this?
9th grade. Well, no, actually, 8th grade. Yeah, because I did hurdles, and I'm little. I'm 5'1", weighed about 100 pounds, and I was getting first in all of my races at my track meets. Mm-hmm. So in 8th grade, that's when I really started to take it more serious, especially because I was about to go to high school. So I was like, I have to do better. I have to try better, try harder.
Oh, that makes sense. The decision, you're doing hurdles. How does that transition go? A lot of people like to do relays. A lot of people like to do long distance. How do you make up your mind and say, hey, hurdles is what I want to do?
It wasn't even really me. It was more of my coach. She was like, this is what you're good at and this is what you're going to stick with. Well, really, in middle school, I did all of the races because that's how middle school is. But high school, I wanted to stick with hurdles because I was good at that. I was better at that. And I didn't want to put too much pressure on myself because hurdles is a really technical event. Mm-hmm. And if I was doing 4x1, 4x2, 4x4 plus hurdles, I wouldn't have reach my full potential in hurdles.
Wow, like it seems like a unique skill set, having to try to maintain your speed and then jump over an object. Were you fearful going in at first, or did you, over a period of practice, did you get better? Like when you first started doing hurdles, were you good at it? Was it a natural fit for you, or something you had to work on?
It was definitely natural because, as I said before, I'm 5'1", weigh not that much pounds, and I could jump over a hurdle with ease. And I feel like that was it was pretty good. I did good. I did good for me being how I am. I don't know what makes sense.
No, no, you go to Lamar, you decide that, hey, Lamar High School is where I want to attend school. Did you know you were going to run track there, or was it something that, did they know you were coming in to run track, or was it something, how did that come about?
They didn't recruit me, but I knew I wanted to run track because I wanted to stay active.
Mhm.
And as I said before, I chose track out of basketball and volleyball, and that's what I wanted to do. They didn't recruit me, but I knew that's what I wanted to
So
do.
you came in under your radar pretty much. You snuck into the school, you break in, and they're like, okay, who is this? Because you know how all the people that are recruited are there, oh yeah, I want to run for this track club or that track club. And then here, boom, you pop out of nowhere. How was that sequence of girls that you're running against, girls that have probably been running track for a long period of time? Take us to your first high school practice and how competitive, because I'm pretty sure it's a big jump from high school to middle school. Take us through that process of you attending your first track practice in high school.
I was definitely intimidated because I remember this girl named Maya. I don't remember her last name, but she was so good. She was a singer, and that's how I wanted to be my senior year. And that's why I wanted to stay in track because, and why I wanted to keep doing hurdles because I was like, I want to be like her. I want to be better than her.
Wow, so you found somebody that was a good mark, and you could say, hey, I can study their practice habits and stuff like that. Wow, that's what would you say is the toughest race that you've ever had?
300 hurdles. I do not like the 300 hurdles, but somehow I'm really good at it. Better than I thought I would be.
Now, explain to those folks out there that I'm track illiterate. I don't know anything about track. What's the difference in the 110 hurdles and the 300 hurdles? What's the difference?
100 hurdles for girls, 110 is for boys, but 100 hurdles is like 100 meters, but just with 10 hurdles in the 100 meters. And then for 300 hurdles, I think it's 8 hurdles. And instead of running a 400, you run a straight, a curve, and a straight. And that's the 300 hurdle.
Oh, wow. What would you say? Who are some of your mentors and role models?
My mentor is Coach Krim. I love Coach Krim. He has been working with me since my junior year, and I'm upset that he came so late in my years of being in high school because he's been working with me. He's been working really hard. He's a really good coach, and I really thank him for it because he's helped me progress into the person that I am today, even outside of track.
Oh, that's pretty good. Do you have a favorite subject in school?
Environmental science. I really like knowing about the earth and what we can do to help the earth get better. And we talk about animals, we talk about endangered species, we talk about all of the good stuff that most people don't really pay attention to.
Um, with having a favorite subject, is that going to be your major as well going into college?
I wanted it to be at first, but no. My major is going to be animal science because I want to be a veterinarian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Texas State. Walk us in and how Texas State, all the schools in Texas, they got a lot of schools. What made you say, hey, Texas State is where I want to go?
First off, Texas State is not too big, not too small. It's diverse. It's not too far from home, and it's still kind of close. I still have family out there in San Antonio, so I'm not completely alone. It's a good school. I feel like, and it has my major. It has good things to help me with my major something to become something in life.
No, that's good. That's good. What would you say? You got, are you excited about upcoming prom coming up, graduation coming up. Are you or do you have senioritis? Are you ready for school to be over?
I have senioritis, especially because prom just passed for us. I think it was April April 15th. We just had prom. So now we only have graduation and finals, and I'm ready to go.
Talk about okay, as you're getting good at doing hurdles. You become the. How did you know? Or when did you realize you were the fastest on the team at doing hurdles? And then when did you know that hey, I could get recruited for my abilities? When did that light bulb go off?
My junior year, even though I was still four-stepping instead of three-stepping my junior year, I was still better than most of the girls, well, all of the girls on the team. And I won first place in districts my junior year. And that's when it clicked for me that I actually had something, that I actually had a talent that most people don't have.
No, that's good. That's good. Will you be running track at Texas State as well, or what's are you playing it by ear?
I wanted to. I would probably do a walk-on instead of wanting to get recruited, only because of the way that I am. I just want my first year to be me getting adjusted to college and me knowing my way around the school and getting to know people first. And then when I'm comfortable enough, my second year, I'll probably talk to more coaches. My district meet this year, it was a coach that was talking to me about it. He was like, he knows people at Texas State. He could help me to get recruited. And I was like, okay, I'll definitely text him and get his information.
What are some things you've been an athlete? What are some things you do in your spare time or hobbies? What are some things you do outside of sports?
I like crocheting. I mean, it's not really cliche, but it helps me stay focused. It helps me to clear my mind. And it's just, I like seeing the finished product of it. And I also braid hair, and I love braiding hair. I didn't think I would, but it takes up a good amount of time, and it helps me to stay being a perfectionist and to see the finished outcome and to know that my clients are getting what they wanted. And it makes me feel good.
That's awesome. Texas State folks say you got a hair braider on your hand. You need your hair braided. CC Farrington is who you need to speak with.
Touched by CC.
Hey, you hear that? Touched by CC. State your name for the camera.
Ciara Farrington.
High school you attend.
Lamar High School.
College you're going to.
Texas State 27.
Let them know I just got mixed.
I just got mixed.
Live from Houston, Texas. Got Mix News presents The Mix Report, the podcast where you can stay in the mix with sports and entertainment news.